inshallah, if you have any questions.
Okay, guys, inshallah, everyone enjoy their evening. Ramadan Mubarak. We have questions?
1 second, I got two questions myself. I'm trying to give a minute. The first question is about itikaf, right? Because COVID, some ask as far as itikaf, because the massages are not open. How to do itikaf in a home?
Understood.
If not, right? As far as the massages, sometimes they open just in the daytime. Can you just do it for a brief moment? Fulfilling that, if you will.
Understood. As far as making itikaf in one's home, then it's permissible, according to some scholars, with regards to people who are in the house, such as a woman who's a homemaker. She's in the house, her going to a room, a secluded place of her house, her musalla, in which she's not involved with her husband or her children or her girlfriends or phone or television. That's permissible according to some of the people of knowledge. As far as making itikaf in the masjid during the daytime for a short period of time or the hours of the day when the masjid is open because of COVID restrictions, then that's also allowed. Itikaf can be made partially. A person makes his or her itikaf partially. I'm only make itikaf for 3 hours, for 5 hours, for 6 hours. That's lawful. And it does not have to be the entire day, the entire night. Of course, that's the best itikaf, the most complete itikaf, but it's not necessarily the only type of itikaf. So it can be done partially, especially in light of what has become of the world today, the COVID vaccine restrictions, shutdown, opening up, inconsistencies. The daytime you can go mix with the people, get the COVID germs, viruses, but at nighttime the masjids are closed. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And Allah knows best.
The next question I had was about when you praying the Imam Tarawih, right? And after the Imam does witr, doesn't salam with the Imam, he stands back up. Could you let me know a bit about the permissibility, or maybe is this act discouraged, or even if is anything support for us, doing this?
With regards to making witr with the Imam, and then the Imam stands up and prays more?
No, the one who's following, he gets up when the Imam stands up. The one who's following gets up because he's intending to, inshallah, pray later.
Understood. Right. Clear. Crystal clear. Okay. No, if you're going to pray with the Imam and congregation, then that's what you should do. You should leave when the Imam is done, and you should not break the salah and leave and go outside of the masjid. If a person plans to make witr later on, they didn't make witr with the Imam, it's not necessarily haram. It's not unlawful, but you should stick with the Imam and prioritize. If a person wants to pray later, then just pray at your home. You don't have to pray every night with the Imam. Make Tarawih in your house. If you want to pray at a later time or do things at a later time, but the Imam's Tarawih and Witr will be early on, right after Isha. So you have options. There's no need for a person to cut and to break it. Either pray with the Imam until he's finished, or you pray by yourself. But for argument's sake, if you made 8 rak'at with the Imam, and then you wanted to go home, and you made your additional 3 or 1 or 5 or 7, that's not necessarily impermissible. But it's more virtuous to finish from beginning to start with the Imam.
Right. And so the person did 11 with the Imam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Imam touched leave, right? And the person decided he was going to make one more to make 12. Right?
Okay. No, the witr should be the last thing that you make. There should be no prayer that's made after one's witr. Let alone the fact that the witr is obviously should be the cap of the prayer, and the prayer should remain odd. The rak'at that you make should be even, And how many amounts of witr you make should keep the prayer as being an odd number.
Okay.
Clear, inshallah?
Yeah, I'm clear, inshallah. Anybody have any other questions? Nobody have any other objections? Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Yeah, I got a question just on that, on a note of witr. So if a person, just to understand what you're saying, if a person wants to make tahajjud and he also wants to make ta'awih, but he has to follow the imam in the ta'awih, so it's best basically to not make the tahajjud because you're going to be making a ta'awih with the imam who's going to perform the witr. Is that what we're saying? Is that correct?
Well, firstly, we have to understand our terms properly. People today, they use the words tahajjud and tarawih as being different things. In reality, they're the same. Tarawih, tahajjud, qiyam, they're all the same. And that's night prayer, period. There is no additional tahajjud that's versus tarawih. They're the same. It's one thing. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ, his wife Aisha reported how many rak'at he made at night. And she made no distinction. He didn't make no more than 13. One version of the hadith says no more than 11. Meaning, he made 2 rak'ah for Isha, after Isha. 2 sunnahs. Then he made 8 for Tarawih, or if you want to call it Tahajjud or Qiyam, night prayer in Ramadan. That's not 11. Alright? And then, that's down 10. And then he made 3 for Witr. So the whole entire night, he made 13 or 11 or 8. All right? People, they give the term a different name, the act, but it's the same prayer. If you want to make the prayer later on and not make it right after Isha, some people call that tahajjud. But in reality, it's night prayer. It's night prayer. So therefore, if you want to pray with the imam and you make 8 or 11 or 20 or 40, how many he makes, and you make witr with the imam, you should not make an additional prayer that night. The witr is the cherry on top of the cake. It's the seal. It's done. It's over. If a person wants to make the witr at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., I want to pray late in the wee hours of the night, then save your prayer. Either you save all of it, or I want to pray some with the imam. I want to go home, eat dinner with my wife and children, go to sleep for a couple of hours, and wake up before Fajr and finish it. Understood, inshallah?
Understood.
And it's very important, extremely important for us to understand is that the Prophet ﷺ did not differentiate between these prayers. The people later on, they start making up their own terminologies, and it becomes confusing. It becomes confusing. Tahajjud, Tarawih, Qiyam, such and such, and then Witr. That's 5 different words. In actuality, it's all supposed to be what? One thing.
What?
Night prayer.
Okay, now, the next question I have is on the Qunut.
Okay.
Okay, so the Qunut, can the Qunut be said, if you're praying by yourself, can it be said in English?
Tayyib. The Qunut should be made in Arabic. You make a personal dua in English in sujood, that's one thing. Okay, but the Qunut in which you're standing back up in the ruku', that should be done in Arabic for sure. And if a person can't say it in Arabic, then they avoid it. And if you have it written down on a piece of paper, let's say a person they come out of ruku' or before ruku', because it's optional, and let's say you had it written down on a piece of paper or on your phone, and you read it, Allahumma hdini fi man hadait, wa afini fi man afait. That's okay. And of course, eventually you want to get it until you memorize it, inshallah ta'ala. All right, but it should not be made in English.
We have someone with their hand up for a minute. Althea, just give her a minute, shake it, and you come right back. Brother. Can you unmute yourself, Althea? Do you have a question?
Yes, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I have a question about this is like 10 night is like very special, everybody want to focus in ibadah, but sometimes women they have like she can pray, but she really want to make dua. Should she wake up in the third of the night and make dua?
Understood. Understood.
Pray?
Understood. With regards to women who are not praying because of natural blood flow or something like this, should she get up in the wee hours of the night and make dua or give sadaqah or read Quran or whatever else that she wants to do besides prayer, like the prayer? That's virtuous for sure. We have a general rule, and that is the late part of the night is the sweetest part of the night. Allah laws and He praises those who make istighfar. Wabil ashari. Allah says, Wabil ashar. At the sahar time, they make istighfar. They ask Allah for forgiveness. Our Prophet ﷺ tells us that when the last third of the night comes, Yanzilu Rabbuna, our Lord descends. And He asks those three questions. Who's calling upon me? Who's asking me? Who's seeking my forgiveness? So they're virtues of the night, whether a person is praying or praying not, period. You could be studying, whatever you're doing at night, there's the barakah at the nighttime. So if a woman can't get up and physically pray, and she wants to get up and make dua to Allah at that time, there's no doubt about that. Or a woman wants to get up and she wants to make sadaqah at that time. I wake up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I have my phone, and I want to give on charity with my Cash App or my PayPal or my Vimo or Zelle, whatever, at that time. That's a virtue for sure.
Jazakallah khairan.
Wa
I said a
iyyakum.
question to
Fadal.
Assalamualaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
I have a question concerning the Tarawih and Tahajjud. If you have the chance to it, is it better to make both the Tarawih and the Tahajjud the last 10 nights?
As we just explained, they're one thing. They're one thing. When you make them is a different story, but they're the same thing. Tahajjud, Tarawih is the same thing. There's no additional sunnah prayer called Tahajjud that's different than Tarawih. If you wish to make it at a later time, then some people call that Tahajjud. And Allah knows best.
I also have another question. I had a couple years ago before COVID hit, the Imam I mentioned, he said that you don't have to make the Qunut for Tarawih. Is that true?
It's not obligatory, no. If you wanted to just make 6 rak'at, 8 rak'at, 10 rak'at, it's optional. Qunut is not mandatory. The witr is not mandatory. If you want to make the witr with just the normal tahajjud or qiyam, the qunut is not obligatory. No, not at all.
My last question.
We got other people to ask questions too. Sorry. I just give everybody a chance, inshallah. I know the last one time for you to break fast check.
It's okay. Go ahead.
It's okay?
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody else have a question before I know? Did you have another question?
I'm good, I think.
Okay, can you please explain what we can read while a woman is on her cycle?
Can you please explain what you
Explain what we can read while a woman is on her cycle.
meaning the proof that she can or she can't?
I don't know. The sister when I knew herself when I asked that question.
Where she can, like what's the proof that she can? That's what you're asking?
No, she says, can you please explain what can we read?
Okay, understood. Clear.
She said, right. Yeah,
Crystal clear. I got it. Alhamdulillah. Crystal clear. Okay, Tayyip. To keep things brief and simple, my answer is that a menstruating woman can read everything that she wants to read. From Quran, from Hadith, from Dhikr. She can touch the Mus'haf, she can touch the Quran directly and read it directly. From a phone, with or without gloves on, I adopt the opinion and the school of thought is that a menstruating woman is allowed to read the words of Allah. And the only thing that she cannot do is make physical prayer and make tawaf. Now, this is a long discussion among the people of knowledge. Many of them, if not most of them, hold the view that a menstruating woman is not allowed to read Quran, recite Quran. She's not allowed to touch the copy of the Quran. But the other scholars who hold the view, and they have proofs and evidences, is that it is permissible, and that will be my answer. And Allah knows best.
I know it's close to your time, Sheikh. Inshallah, we'll be next week at 7.
Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Again, we appreciate all the questions and we appreciate everybody other than showing the conversation. Again, inshallah, Allah bless you all these last 10 days. We allow the Imam, inshallah, to close out for us, inshallah.
طيب اللهم إنا نسألك